was picking my outfit for today, I realized, well, there's one of two reasons I wore it. One being, we're in a completely non-judgmental atmosphere, so it doesn't matter if I wear jeans or flip-flops or my bedroom slippers, because we're totally accepted for whomever and however we are. People don't even find that in their blood relatives, so blessings for that. Two, my best friend Lindsay, after years of asking, she's an alumni from Virginia Tech, alumni, however, I'm an English major. And I said, I want a Virginia Tech shirt. I lived there my entire life, pretty much, and I went to Radford, the other school. And I never had one, ever. And a couple years ago, she bought me this one, which was absolutely, positively true. I lived in about this part of the state, and it's Hokie colors, so I felt it was appropriate for today. I wanted to start with an excerpt from the Time magazine, which you're welcome to look at after. The Fallen, a gallery of lives cut short. Like all college freshmen, Mary Karen Reed was just starting out. She was thinking about joining a sorority and hoped to teach young children someday. She died in Norris Hall during French class. Another freshman, Rima Sahara, was an accomplished dancer who attended the same Virginia high school as the gunman. So did Aaron Peterson, a freshman who was majoring in international relations. Daniel Perez Cuvera, also an international relations major, moved to the U.S. from Peru in 2002. Matthew Laporte was on ROTC scholarship and aspired to a career in the Air Force. Ryan Clark played in the marching band and hoped to pursue a PhD in neuroscience. G.V. Loganathan, a native of India, was a professor at Virginia Tech for 25 years. Kevin Granada was an expert in biomechanics and the father of 3 teenage children. Brian Bloom was pursuing a master's degree in water resources. Jarrett Lane was a senior majoring in civil engineering. Freshman Austin Cloyd planned to study international relations. Henry Lee, another freshman, couldn't speak English when his family moved to the U.S. from China, but ended up his high school's salutatorian. Aeronautical engineering professor Olivier Lebrescu survived the Holocaust as a child. Students said that during Monday's shooting, he blocked the door to his classroom so they could flee. Ross Almendi loved music and was majoring in English. Emily Hirschler was on the equestrian team and wanted to become a veterinarian. Nicole White studied international relations and spent summers as a lifeguard at the YMCA. Julia Pride's graduate work on water purification took her to Ecuador and Peru. The MySpace page for freshman Lauren McCain, who was majoring in international studies and German, said her 2 heroes were her brother and Jesus. Civil engineering graduate student Parthal Lambentorona hailed from Medan, Indonesia. Jamie Bishop, a Fulbright scholar, had taught German at Tech since 2005. Engineering graduate Jeremy Herbertrich was voted most talkative by his high school class. Rachael Hill was a standout high school volleyball player. Caitlin Hammerin, a National Honor Society member, said she planned to go to law school. Senior Maxine Turner was a month away from a degree in engineering. Jocelyn Couture-Nowak taught French at the university for 8 years. She had 2 daughters. Leslie Sherman, a sophomore, was an avid student of history. Puerto Rico native Juan Ortiz moved to Virginia with his wife last year to pursue a master's in engineering. Daniel O'Neill enrolled in graduate school at Tech last fall. A high school classmate said, he probably would have gone really far in life. Matthew Gualtry, Mina Patel, Michael Polhay Jr., and Walid Shalan are not pictured. Many people are asked, usually at the end of your life, do you have any regrets? I'm 35, healthy for the most part, and see nothing in my past or current life that I regret. I have to look you in the eye so you know I'm telling the truth. If I was meant to do it, I would have. If I did it and it was not a good idea, I've let that go. I hope others have too. Often I take inventory and try to relinquish any fresh damages so that negative energy Doesn't hang around like weak old garbage that taints the nose. The hardest part of my life was living with regret and shame, which I did for a long time. Regret about things that never happened. Regret for some things that did. I lived with regret to the point of tormenting myself for a number of years. Too many years. The only thing that did was keep me down, away from the light, away from my path. Anyone with clinical depression or anxiety can relate to that feeling, I'm sure. It wasn't until my late 20s that path changed. I got honest with myself. I started treating myself like a best friend would. I forgave myself for everything, anything, that might keep me up at night. I asked others for forgiveness where I felt it was needed. I even asked it from those in the great beyond. I don't recall any answer coming back negative. Forgiving myself has become a part of my regular spiritual growth. In fact, I do it more often than I keep up with my checkbook. Way more often. I checked my forgiveness roster. This topic always thinks of our first principle, the inherent worth and dignity of every living being. When I find myself struggling with the inherent worth and dignity of every living being, I often ask myself, what can I not forgive them for? I have to admit I do struggle hard with certain living beings' inherent worth and/or dignity. What about really unethical leaders who cause unnameable damage to my other fellow humans? What about terrorists, killers, rapists, people who have injured and insulted me or my loved ones? It's not easy. Here's the best story I can relate, and I can't give a direct answer, but I hope my rhetoric today might help. It was a sunny day in early spring. I bounded up the back stairs of an old library. I just started there a week earlier. Just moved from Blacksburg, Virginia about 6 months prior. I punched the door code to the lounge slowly and my attention was drawn to the blaring old television set in the corner. Hey, that looks familiar. Was just registering in my brain as realization set in. That's my Blacksburg. That's my homeland. This is real. Oh God, I exhaled. Yeah, a colleague said rather dismissively. A school shooting, crazy. She went back to reading her magazine. Like rapid fire, I conjured up the names of friends and families and their possible whereabouts. Lindsay, DC, check. Susan, shit, she's on campus. Or she works there. Slowly, I realized that this was a massive act of violence. And the horrible details were still unfolding. I didn't have a cell phone yet. My first instinct was to go home. Then go home. Be there, run away, make sure everyone was okay, grieve with them. I didn't get this chance until 2 months later. That night on the phone, I found out that my best friend's closest college friend was the first to die. We called him Stack, a nickname that combined two pop culture gay men. One that Ryan wore proudly as a resident assistant and triple major at Virginia Polytechnic Institute. We met him at my favorite coffee shop when we were with my best friend Lindsay one evening. He helped me through an awkward social gathering more than once with humor and a crest-white smile that could blind you with its shiny whiteness. He was in the direct line of fire when Cho aimed to kill the woman that Cho was obsessed with. Thus began a senseless shooting spree that would forever tattoo itself to the name of a great southern university known for its football fanaticism